You know, I've shown this one before, but I got to show it again. There's so many of them. First, there's the club design. We extend it, okay, the mug and dove it as you see it, we extend it all the way to its ends. Although we live in the rectangular box, we extend it to the ends. The rectangular box connects two sides to the mug and dove it, the X and the X. We have more than one, so I'm only going to show you one side. One of the sides comes up and shows like this: 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 7 to 5. This one shows from 3 to 2 to 6 to 8 to 9 to 5. They overlap into the center here. They end here and only one remains of the two. 1, 2, 4, 8. When they say 8 and 8, it's because 8 will split to 7 over here and will split to 9 over here. It'll go down 1 and up 2. Then when you double 7, we're doubling 7 over here because we're doubling 7 over here. We go to 14, which goes to here, and this goes to here. This is a 9, and a 5 is 14. 9 and 5 is 14. Double 7, we get 9 and 5, 14. Double 7, we get 14. We come back to the center. If we look at it separately, okay, we start from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 7, which would be the corner, and then back into 5. And here's your 10. Why is your 10 here? Because we're doubling over here. We did the same house on the opposite side. Now we bring the U world back together. And this is our rectangular we end up planing. Why do I have it higher on the top and the bottom? I'm not sure. You want to live under the water? Why did I put it on the top? This one will also beat to the bottom because you can only go so much. This is what we see at night. This is supposed to be more at an angle. But all you see really is out to here and out here. The North Poles would be up, and actually would it be like this? Yeah, it would be like this. So your pole would be here, so by the time you look this way, you can't see on this side. And by the time you look this way, you can't see on this side. I'm sorry, this is the opening. Not this. This is the opening. One is of the day opening, and one is the night opening. This is 1, 2, 4, 8. This is the mark rodin. The rodin to mark the spot. Why is his name rodin? Because he finds everything, like a mouse, like a rodent. Finds every crumb that has to be crumpled up and eaten, so he can spit it out and put it back in numbers and shapes and designs. The other thing I wanted today, what was happening, is the sun was here, and there were two planets, one here and one here. They look like moons. They look like cooling generators of some sort. They were also pulsating the sun. I'm really serious with you. I've seen, and I've shown this in many videos. When I hold these pair of glasses, okay, the yellow ones, I bring the light out, okay, so I can broaden my vision. Then when I bring this, I cancel out the extra light that I brought out so I can focus. These are really dark. These are for welding, etc., and that's what I do. And I play with it, and I look at the sun. Now, like someone said, I turned my head to this side, and the two balls moved up. Of course. You're a bee inside. You weigh nothing. Your body can float. That's why your eyes were able to see that. Because if your eyes had the same gravitational pull as your body did, it'd be completely different out here. Everything would be distorted. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not distorted now. So like the bee buzzes. When I turn my head, it's my inside, which is no longer north and south. It's like playing with the compass. You're only supposed to keep it in one angle. So when I look up, I see it move. I gave it to my friend. He saw the same thing. It's not the glasses creating this. It's what's in the light that I saw through these glasses. I'm telling you the truth. The same thing. I mean, I can jump at you and tell you anything. If this was Monopoly, the difference in this game nobody can really understand is when you're sitting in my position, you see this? It's east-west, 1 and 2. When I sit here, it's north-south, 1 and 2. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. By the time I get to this end, this property can outdo this property. If there are 10 here, I only need 5 of these. 10 and 5 is 15. Alpha, electronic, omega. This goes throughout the board. You have to divide up to where you're going. The numbers have already been placed out there, and so have the names and definitions and games around the world. The other thing is we, in between my hand, pretend the traffic's going up. Now right here beside it, it's not really the traffic going down. It's basically got to be the energy, the 3-6 energy. Because when this one goes up and this one goes down, they create a turn. So it's the energy between, the cars aren't going like this. When you see a line here and a line here, there's a skip a line. The southeast, northwest, and southwest, northeast, is that what it is? Did I get that right? Well, this Mark Rodin's design, I still haven't, I understand the whole thing, but I know that the minute you get to a certain level, you're turning around and going up again. The minute you get a certain level, you're coming down again. And at a certain level, you're going up again, because it's W all the way. That's how you make the corners in Monopoly. I just want to see if there's this last page in my book, this one, this one. I showed you this one before, and I'm going to keep on showing these because that's what I do. I showed you this one before, where they're slapping hands and playing from the center over here. 2 different jacks, Jack A, Jack B. Why do we say it's a jack? Because of what it does here. It jacks back up right into the center. Oh, we can say anything I want, right? Another thing that I wanted to mention is the year is supposed to be 5773 Hebrew 2012. But somehow I came up and found this number which shows a gene design of who we are today of 6776. That's all I put. But if you go up 1001, I get 777. If I keep going down by 1,000, I get 1776. So the M, that's the beginning of 1776, the M, the 1,000 is, we didn't start at 0. We started higher than 0, but on the other side when we weren't here. The time was counting till we came here, and God had to have equality. So if it was 500 before, it was 500 after. Because every time you were pushing before, you were pushing after at the same time. For every time you were creating, it's 1 day less you have to create here. You create up there, you create up here, and all of a sudden, boom, hey, 6 days we're here. Couldn't figure it out. Because every time you're doing one up there, you're balancing it here. You keep repeating it for the same world. You have to build the Nintendo game inside, or you can't play with the Dr. Mario or anything. You have to have the guy moving. When all the games are set up electronically and they're working, now they can buzz us on down. What was I talking? Many, many things. Just many things. One thing also, I'll just before I go, but 1, 2, 4, 8. Why is this 8? Because look, tooks, it's 8. 1, tooks, it's 4. They got 2 positions on them. But this one doesn't get into the account until the 8 goes in, this way and this way. Then it goes on both sides. Then the 1 and 2, 4, the 2 and 8 up here and down here, 4 and 6 on this corner, because we're in this game. This is from one corner, so you see how you go up to here, down to here, up to here. And if you did it the other way, well, there's this way, and then there's this way. Now this becomes your North Star. You go from here over to here and up to here. These are the roads you take. They'll all create 7s. Another thing I noticed is I was painting, doing some painting, and I noticed that a tulip, if you just make the points, it becomes a pitchfork. Hey, hey! Yeah, pitchfork. There's just so many things, so many things. I can do so many things. Another thing to look at is 29 and 29 is 58. So you have the 2 worlds of the 2-9 birth. That's where your 9 goes in. Your 9 doesn't come in before. It comes in with the birth cycle, not with the 1, 2, 4, 8 directional cycle of the mind, if I think that's what it is. Anyways, this, when I go 1, 2, 4, 8, 8 and 8 is 16. That's the high and the low and the dice. 7 and 7 is 14. We skip the 5, but we make the 5 because of the 1 and the 4. 5 and 5 is 10. There is no 10 on this dice? You show me there's no 10. What do you think this is? 4 by 2.5 is 10. You want to see another 10? Here. There's your 10. Here's your other 10. because you can turn it both all ways and you get 5 and 5 all the ways. So it depends what the question is. Are we playing Monopoly? Did you throw the dice? Did you get a 6 and 4? Did you get a 5 and 5? Or you got a 5 and 5, but you're playing backgammon and you can't move. But you got 5 and 5 and you're playing Christ and you're okay. You're in craps. But you get 5 and 5, you got the 5, you bet the board, you got 5 and 5, 5 in the full, 5 and the half, and that's a roulette payout. You bet the first 10 or the first 5, because the first 5, the 0, the double 0, the 1, 2, 3, all together make a payout of 5 to 1, plus the chip you get back, which you would have lost on 4 of them, making your 35 plus 1, 36. Yeah, it just keeps going on. Like I said, this keyboard over here, there's blue and white. I don't know what everything is. Just like all the typing in Facebook, I don't know what it is. I need to piece this apart one piece at a time. Alone, but one piece at a time. Have you ever heard of the word ear? How about here? How about year? Have you ever heard of baseball, an earned run average? That's the ear. Are you listening correctly? Rounding the bases and coming home? What Monopoly spots are you actually on? Is second base in the middle of the board? And the outfield would be the tips. Raphael 7286. If you have any questions about something, and try not to be stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just attacked. I'm just supposed to take all this shit from everybody. Okay, throw it at me. Ciao. Have a good night.